Hi there, it's Jacent. I'm awkward. Today we're gonna talk about how to know whether to go to therapy in the first place. Um, when should you seek therapy? And what I'm a therapist, so I could be biased, and I tell people all the time. Um, I think everyone should go to therapy. Now, if there's a question, then I think that also means that you should go to therapy. If you are thinking that maybe therapy might be helpful, you might want to try it out. And if nothing else, you go to a session and find out that you don't maybe necessarily need it at the time or that you're doing better than you thought. But the way that I think about therapy is like anything else. You go to the dentist, what, twice a year to get your teeth cleaned at least. You go for an annual physical, if nothing else. You go get your eyes examined at least once a year. And these are just general things that we do to keep up with ourselves and keep ourselves healthy. Why wouldn't we be inquiring and taking care of our brains, which are controlling all of that, our emotional and mental well being? So I would think that having a therapist that you're able to build a relationship with and kind of share things with that you either can't share with anyone else or that you feel you're unable to get the right feedback on is a great outlet. I think that a lot of times therapy is also just helpful because it's someone that has no other connection to you. And so what you tell them is not going to disappoint them. They're not going to change the way they think about you because they know nothing about you. So it's hard to sometimes talk to your friends and family or your loved ones about what you're going through or what's going on because it either involves them or they're so invested in it that they're biased. They're going to feel a certain way, right? So having a therapist who's an unbiased party be able to help you kind of navigate certain situations and experiences in life, I think is really helpful. I'm a therapist and I went to therapy. I've been to therapy on multiple different occasions. Um, but the funny thing is that when I had to set up to go to therapy, I was absolutely terrified. Being that I'm a therapist, I was terrified to find a therapist to go. When I was in the waiting room, I was like having an anxiety attack, and it's just frightening. But I did it. And I think people that are therapists that have been through therapy at least also have that experience of being on the other side, like knowing how nerve-wracking it is to go and tell a stranger about your life and still, even though they're a stranger, worry that they might think about you some kind of way or judge you because of what you're going through. And it's definitely not the case if you have a good therapist, right? So I might have to do a video on how to tell whether you have a good therapist or not. But I think everyone should go to therapy. It's a great way to be able to do some self discovery, either working on things that you're going through at present time or things that have happened in your past, or even working towards things that are happening that you want to happen in the future, right? So everyone thinks therapy is like you get sick and then something must be wrong with you for you to go to therapy, but things might be great and you just want to take things to the next level. And I always tell people, like, you can get a self-help book, you can do it all on your own, but sometimes you need that support. Sometimes you know how to get in shape, you eat right, you be active, and you'll get in shape. Sometimes you have to get a personal trainer, sometimes you have to join a gym instead of working out at home. Same thing with therapy. There's some things that you can work out on your own, and typically is what people do. But if it gets to the point that it's you don't feel like you're able to do it on your own, there's resources, there's help out there. And just because you go to one therapist and it's not a good fit, don't stop. So you might have to shop around to find someone who fits for you and you feel comfortable with, because the therapeutic relationship is what's really the major key to success for clients. So if you're thinking about going to therapy, I say do it. I tell all of my friends to go to therapy, and when they do, I'm just so excited for them. And they've never said that they've hated it. Like, I've never talked to anyone who went to therapy and hated it. So give it a shot if you're thinking about it. If not, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with not needing to go to therapy, but you know, I'm here to advocate for mental health and changing the stigma of seeking help for emotional distress and things that we're going through. because so many people suffer alone, and the reality is that we're all kind of going through the same things, and not because we're not sharing, not realizing that we're all going through the same things, which I can go on a whole nother rant about, but the video's already long, so bye. It's still recording. Okay, well, there's police outside. My doggy's right here. Come here. Come here. Go say hi. Say hi, Fatima. I want to get her certified to be a therapy dog because she melts my cold heart. Okay, really, bye this time, honestly.